I mean, the Federation didn't hang James out to dry. I mean, that James don't care about being the face and being the eye. Obviously, he don't care. He went and subscribed to my channel. It became a problem when I started talking shit about Sonia. And I was like, is this your bitch? This your hoe? And that's when he made his presence known in my life. When I started talking shit about his bitch. It makes perfect sense. James don't mind me airing his business side talking shit about him. As long as I don't talk shit about his bitch. So what was that same kind of respect for me, sir? What was that respect for me when you was just throwing bitches in my face? Sonya, your bitch. Makes sense. That's why I'm like, everything makes sense now. Everything makes sense. And I'm definitely a different person because me back then, I would cry or be hurt and be mad. Just feel like shit when James used to throw bitches and shit in my face. And but now I see shit different. Cause I'm like, okay, well, I'm not about to speculate that they're together. Wait, let's, how is he peace with this? It didn't hit me until last night, September 9th, 9/9/21, that the locations of her stores tell me everything I need to know about her relationship with James. Because that's where he be. That was my man at one point. Whether, whether she wanna accept that or not. James was my man at one point. So I know where the fuck he be. And that's where her stores are located. And with him having access to my phones back then and going with my phones all day, like and then me having problems with my XR and everything, all of it makes sense because she had stores where he was to do this shit still back then. It makes sense with her. I'm like, why did they take every fucking thing from me? I'm like, I hope I'm not. I hope they not torturing everybody else who in the ring like this. Probably not. Just me. Wanna know why? Cause Sonya. She don't like me. Bitch ain't never met me. But James, fuck me. Spend time with me. Hop on my network. It makes perfect sense. She got those there for him to keep, to do what he was doing. These IP addresses and shit. It makes sense. The phone call, the miscarriage, cash. I was not supposed to be getting pregnant. Why my P-Valley tape look the way it do, that bitch jealous. It make perfect sense. I'm like, why does shit quality look like that? His hoe. That make perfect sense. Cause I say James just not gonna say some of this shit about me. I'm like, James not gonna talk shit about me modeling because he respect me in that aspect. That's what I do. I'm a pageant queen. I'm a pageant girl. So James wouldn't do that bitch shit. Say that bitch shit. Cause I was looking at my content I had in my little box in my apartment and stuff. they went through my school shit and put like model. Yeah, right. I'm like, wait a minute. James wouldn't, talk that much. Talk to. So it makes sense with everything. Sonia and James being together. And why she just was jealous. Because a lot of the shit she did or the Federation did was like overkill. That's the right word I want to use. Overkill. It was overkill. It's enough to just steal off a bitch. But to steal all of her grandma possessions, have me hospitalized three times, like literally having grown men do all of this shit to me while I was asleep for months, medication, all of that. Who decided to put the hole right there in the middle of the bra? A woman, right here, like a woman. These are women shit. I live with women who have problems. Baby, it's a woman. I say James wouldn't say that. James wouldn't say that because I'm that bitch in my arena. I am. And just like I talk highly of him and his photography, James wouldn't do that to me with my fucking, whatever. So a lot of shit just started sounding bitches to me, like bitch, bitchish, bitchish to me. I'm like, wait a minute. It sound like a bitch would say these. A lot of it. And then it was like, who thinks of this shit? A bitch. I'm like, a lot of this shit sound like you just hateful for no reason. And it makes sense with me getting pregnant by her man. But that bitch, that was my man too. I don't know what the fuck can tell you. James was my man. And we were gonna have a family. That's what he told me. Now I know that wasn't gonna happen because y'all together. So I hadn't done the still known shit. I love James. Now I will. Because he was really about to play into this whole narrative of us possibly being together again and having a baby. He wasn't gone. Him and Sonia together. He was just gonna leave me alone so he can, get out of trouble. That's it. He just want to not get in trouble. That's why he liked my stuff. He don't care. Like I said, for his benefit. It wouldn't be for him to want to work something out with me and be with me and have a baby with me again. It wouldn't be for that. It would be for him. Him and Sonia. And a bitch now with her MBA. I'm different because before I would just speculate and be like, yeah. Now I'm like, let me see the facts and data first. I'm different. I'm surprised because I'm like, because usually I would have went out. That's probably his house, and it makes sense when he just reached out when I started talking about his house. A bitch need facts and data before I'm making any opinions and conclusions. Because before I'd be like going off on a whole tangent, like, in my feelings about James having another woman. But now I'm like, okay, well, before I wreck my brain, that's what I was feeling like I was going to possibly be doing. Like, before I just wreck my brain trying to figure this out, figure out how they know each other. Let me not even think about that part. Let me just focus on what I can prove now. I mean, lawyer brain. Ah. And so the locations of her stores makes perfect sense. So yeah, they together. And the bitch don't like me. Cause I had her man, baby. Look, that was my man. Sonia, you mad cause I had James? I taught him how to fuck. That part. But Sonia, you can have James. You can have him. He didn't want me. He chose you. He chose you. So congratulations, honey. You got my man, honey. You got him. You got him. James, I'll always love you, baby. What I had with you was something I never had before. Thank you for giving me my son. I will always call you my fucking baby daddy. But I wish y'all the best of lucks. You and her. Is that she the one that you got pregnant at the same time as me? Well, congratulations on your baby. I hope you're happy. I hope y'all are happy.